What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV, and it's time to talk about the playoffs, all right? They start tomorrow, and I, for one, think that this will be one of the better playoff years in recent memory. At least I hope so. Um, Let me talk about this series right here, okay? Uh, this game will be played tomorrow, game one between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets. Um, During the regular season, I think the two teams split the series. Brooklyn won 42 games during the regular season. The Philadelphia 76ers won 51 games during the regular season. This is the first time since the team moved from New Jersey to Brooklyn that they've been in the playoffs. Okay. And this is also the first time in 35 years that these two teams have met in the playoffs. And interestingly enough, back in the 84 playoffs, the then New Jersey Nets had a shocking upset in the first round of the then defending NBA champion Philadelphia 76ers. Remember, this was the same team that the year before won 65 games during the regular season, 4-4-4, only lost one game in the playoffs, famously swept the Lakers in the finals. That's the same year during the regular season. Drew Irvin had that, signature dunk over Michael Cooper. Even though some people, and I even thought this for a while myself, some people thought that game was in the finals, but actually was in a January 1983 televised game, regular season game. But anyway, interesting to note that the last time these two teams met each other, the Nets, led by Buck Williams, upsetted the Philadelphia 76ers. Of course, with Dr. J, Moses Malone, Andrew Toney. I think Mark Alvarone was still there. And, history repeats itself. Well, the Nets did play the Sixers pretty well this year. One of the reasons why the Nets played the Sixers pretty well this year was because of the implementation of the zone defense and because of the fact that the 76ers lack, for the most part, the plethora of outside shooters. Sometimes this gave the Sixers trouble, and the Nets had some success. But this is the playoffs, and the playoffs isn't the same thing as the regular season, and teams make adjustments. All right, you play each other sporadically during the regular season, whereas in the playoffs, you game plan ferociously for a particular team. All right, it's not just a blur during the marathon that is the regular season. Now, the Nets are one of the improving teams in the Eastern Conference. They're deep. They're pretty deep. Caris LeVert, who I think broke his ankle or suffered that fracture in his ankle. Well, a broken ankle. I think it was back in November, or it might have been early December. I can't remember exactly when it was. He was averaging over 18 points per game at the time of his injury. Since he came back, he's averaged only 11 points per game. But over the last maybe 2 weeks or so of the regular season, he was averaging better than 16 points per game and starting to look like the player he was before the injury. I just like Caris LeVert. I just think that the Sixers are too talented. In particular, their starting lineup. All right. They're too talented, and no one can really stop Joel Embiid. All right. This team is going to go as far as Joel Embiid will take them. He is their star. Okay. I do think the fact that Ben Simmons is not a good shooter will eventually come to hurt this team. But I think that in this particular matchup, the Sixers are just too talented a ball club, and this is the 3-6 matchup. I think that the Sixers are going to win this. I think they're going to win it, and I don't think they're going to sweep this team. I give the Nets at least one game. I think the Sixers are probably going to win this in 5. That's my guess. Um, I feel pretty good with that one. I think the Sixers are going to win this series in 5 games. Like I said, I just think the Sixers are too talented as far as their starting 5. Now, this is barring injury, of course. But tell me what you guys think, man. Who you think is going to win this series? I think most of you guys are going to say the Sixers. But tell me who you think is going to win this playoff series.